Boston, 2017. Now I think I still might have one or two Sunday stories backed up on my computer, but the reason that this one is late, and I'm filming this on Monday, and I'm going to try to upload it before Monday's over, is because for this Sunday I wanted to talk about my Anime Boston experience. I think that this whole weekend was very stressful for me, and I realized that people who went to Anime Boston to cosplay and to hang out with their friends and stuff had a much better experience than me. So I'm not trying to tell people Anime Boston is horrible, because obviously I don't know what Anime Boston is like technically, and I'm going to explain why. Here's what I did this weekend. Basically, I bought some megabus tickets from New York to Boston, which was about a 6 hour, because if both buses were kind of delayed, so like about a 6 hour bus ride from here to Boston. So I went there Thursday after classes and got there, Thursday evening-ish, and took an Uber from the station I got at to the hotel that the convention was being held at. I didn't want to buy a con ticket, because if I only went there to work back-to-back photo shoots the entire weekend, specifically for the purpose of making money and not to actually cosplay, then I figured I don't really need a con ticket. I can do all my shoots in the lobby of the hotel and I won't have to actually go to the con. So technically I didn't really go to Anime Boston. I went to the hotel it was held in. So technically I wasn't really there. So yeah, that was my only reason for going. It was to work back-to-back shoots, not to actually cosplay or hang out with friends or anything like that. And I figured, yeah, it's going to be a little lonely, but the fact that I'm making money and have my attention occupied on something will hopefully balance that out. I was kind of wrong. Well, I'll just go through the whole thing and you'll see, basically. So, okay, we're on Thursday right now, and I'm there, and I'm obviously, scoping the place out, trying to see where works best, and I decide on the mall that the hotel is connected to. You see, there's a hotel and then the mall's connected to it. So I figured, the mall has some nice shooting places. Let me stick to there. So I messaged all the clients. And keep in mind, I had a lot of shoots. Easily, maybe a little less than 50 set up. All day Saturday from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. And then on Friday and Sunday, there were a lot back-to-back too, but not necessarily as late. So I told them all about the malls and stuff like that. And where to meet. I'm a very organized person when it comes to this, so there was no problems with that. So after that, I met up with a friend that was letting me stay in his room with him and his friends. And we went up to the room, which was not the hotel the con was taking place a part of, but a hotel, a couple blocks away. So we went there, and it was a nice room. There was only 2 floors to the place. It was very little quaint hotel place. It wasn't exactly prestigious and big, but I liked it. Everybody started arriving, and we worked out as far as sleeping arrangements what goes. And luckily, I got a portion of the bed, which was great because I hate sleeping on the floor. I can manage it, but I prefer the bed. Obviously, who wouldn't? So, because I'm small, that works out to my advantage, and I got a little portion of the bed while my friend and his lady friend, which I don't know what the deal is over there, had the other 2 parts of the bed. Basically, she was in the middle, I was here, and my friend was over there. And the other bed was other people, and then there were some people on the floor. Now it comes time to go to sleep, Thursday night, because we have to wake up and there's a big, beautiful con day tomorrow. And I'm nervous because I'm okay, obviously I'm going to have to work back-to-back. I'm going to be exhausted. I'm barely going to get, to eat anything or to rest. And if I have to use the bathroom, God forbid, which luckily the entire weekend while I was doing shoots, I didn't have to use the bathroom. I only had to use it for some reason before or after. So that was very good, because that would have sucked if I did. But maybe it was just because I wasn't ingesting much or something, or drinking that much, because I have a bad bladder. But anyway, moving on. Okay, so nighttime comes and we're sleeping, right? And I wake up at 2 or 3 in the morning. No, it had to have been 4 in the morning. So it was 4 in the morning. I woke up. And we went to sleep at 12, so this was 4 hours of sleep that I got. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then my friend and his lady person, and me. So there's 7 of us in the room, so there's 6 other people. And the 1, 2, 3, 4 people who were not necessarily people I knew, but people that my friend knew, were all snoring in unison. I shit you not. They were all 4, 2 on the bed and like 2 on the floor, snoring like a choir at the same time. And I don't think that's what like woke me up, because I'm used to people like snoring or like music playing in the background or whatever while I sleep. What woke me up was like the murmuring behind me in the bed and like the constant shifting around. And at first I'm just like, I don't know, maybe they just need to get comfortable because people are snoring or whatever. But then it starts to get like a little too much moving around. So I roll over, despite not wanting to, but feeling very uncomfortable. And the dark plays tricks on you. So I'm not going to say that this is 100% what happened. But what I saw was a very compromising silhouette sort of thing, I guess you could say, with them two. And when I looked over at them, I heard my friend laugh. So I was figuring, okay, they are like making out or something, and he saw me and started laughing. I just pretty much assumed that that was what was going on. So I was like, come on, you guys, I'm in the same fucking bed. Like, really? Can you not? Because them two were going to stay in another room the next day. So I was like, can you just, like, fucking wait? Or if you really have to do something with yourselves, can you, like, go to the bathroom or something just away from me? I'm in the bed. Please? Thank you. Anyway, whatever. And they didn't say anything. So I was like, okay, they're just embarrassed and they're just going to go to bed, right? So I rolled back over to sleep. And there's, like, a little bit more shifting. And he asks her, he's like, are you going to sleep? And she's like, no. Like that. And he's like, oh, thank God. And in my head, I'm thinking, they're gonna fucking pull this shit again. I'm disgusted. I'm outraged. And it's not the first time that I've been in a hotel room where 2 people were trying to do something in the room. But it is the first time that I've been in the same fucking bed as this shit. So I was uncomfortable and I felt like moving around and stuff. So I was just like, this is not worth it. That's disgusting. Especially since I paid to stay in the fucking room. Jesus. But whatever, I got up and I started like grabbing my stuff, like my book bag and my con bag, which is like a drawstring bag, and my phone, obviously. And I was like, okay, I'm not comfortable with this. I'm so glad that you guys are leaving this room tomorrow, because how am I supposed to get any sleep with you two doing shit inappropriate next to me? And I said it like that, but I said it very quiet, obviously. I didn't want to wake anybody else up. So I grabbed my stuff and like I'm kind of like shaking because of like anxiety and stuff, and I took my stuff into the bathroom, and the light was on the outside of the door, so I didn't think to hit it before I went in there. So I like closed the door, and obviously the bathroom was completely dark, and I had all my stuff with me. And I wasn't really thinking about why I went into the bathroom. I had the idea of like going and just like sleeping in the lobby of the hotel or something, but I don't know, I wasn't really thinking. I was just thinking of getting away. And nobody like came after me or said anything or anything like that. But I sat on the toilet, the closed toilet seat, don't worry. And I was trying to like calm myself down, because I don't know, maybe other people are okay with 2 people like canoodling in the same room as them, but for me, I just find it really like uncomfortable. And that's what I thought was happening. Okay, that's what I thought was happening, and you'll see why I'm saying thought later on. And I was like, well, I mean, what am I going to do? Am I going to sleep on the bathroom floor? Like, no, the bathroom floor's like wet and gross. So I see the bathtub. So it's a little wet, so I laid down some towels, and I climbed in the bathtub. At first, I just watched like Netflix on my phone, because I couldn't really fall asleep. It wasn't that comfortable, and I was thinking maybe I can last throughout the night on like Netflix. But I started getting tired around 5:30 in the morning. So I put my phone down, I put on some music, and I didn't need headphones, obviously, because who else is in the bathroom? It's just me. So I put on some music because it does help me to fall asleep at night. And I laid down, you know, kind of in the tub, and it was a little wet still, so places like my socks or my jeans or whatever, because I didn't bring sleeping pants because I'm so smart, were getting a little bit wet. But I didn't really care because I was just so tired that I was beyond caring. And I fell in and out of sleep. Like, I would wake up, fall asleep, wake up, fall asleep. And then 8 o'clock in the morning comes and I hear the bathroom door open because I didn't think to lock it because I was like, what if somebody really has to, like, piss and they can't get in? I just figured if anybody came in to use the bathroom, they could just pull the shower curtain or something. But it was my friend, and I pretended to wake up. And I confronted him. I was like, that wasn't okay. That wasn't appropriate. And he was like, no, we weren't doing anything. We both woke up at the same time, and we heard everybody snoring, and we were pissed off because we couldn't get any sleep. I stopped myself from cursing. I don't know why. We couldn't get any sleep, and we were just complaining about that. And then you saw, like, you reacted or something. Like, he made it out to seem like it was a misunderstanding that I didn't actually see anything. But I could have sworn I saw, like, arms around each other. I could have swore it. I don't know. Maybe my brain just concocted it because it's a fear of mine. Because that wouldn't be the first time. But we were, like, two different perspectives. And I still don't really know what happened. And I told him, I was like, okay, because that's not okay. I mean, it's happened to me before in the same room with somebody. And he's like, yeah, I know. It's happened to me too in the same room. It's, like, disgusting. We wouldn't do that and something like that. And so that was something. They left. They went to their room. And I got much better sleep the following Friday and Saturday night. But I still don't know what the story was with that. But that was something. And then, okay, other stuff throughout the con. Friday was just pretty much Meltdown day. I mean, I was doing shoots for people, and I got to see everybody else, you know, having fun, cosplaying with their friends, and it kind of sucked, and it kind of made me depressed because I'm all by myself here, and everybody else is off having a good time. You know, I hate having to go to cons without Lee, and now I went to con basically with, like, none of my close friends, just working shoots and not actually spending time with anybody. So I had to shoot them having fun, and then I couldn't, you know, go and do anywhere and do anything. And you could say, well, Damien, you made money, and that's fun in itself, which, yes, of course, but it was also weird and a different experience being alone. And I thought it would be enough to distract me for back-to-back shoots, but I guess it wasn't. And, you know, there were a couple people, actually, because I was, and then, I was shooting in the mall, and they just told me out of nowhere that I couldn't shoot in the mall anymore, even though other people were allowed to keep shooting in there. So I was, like, stressed. I was like, what do? I can't get into the con. I don't have a ticket. I can't shoot in the mall. I'm going to have to stick with the lobby, and I'm just going to have to hope, you know, that the clients are going to be okay with shooting in the lobby, even though it's not the prettiest of backgrounds and stuff. And I was stressed because I'm alone, and everybody's off doing their own thing, and I'm working back-to-back, and I have to, you know, put a smile on, and I have to, you know, be a good photographer so that clients will keep coming back, and have to have all this energy that I don't have. And now I can't even shoot in the mall. And a couple people came up to me and asked if I was okay. And that was really nice because I wasn't expecting it. Like, at first, it was a couple strangers that passed and were like, hey, are you okay? Because they saw me, like, kind of panicky, I guess, or, like, upset or, like, anxious or whatever. And I was like, yeah, I'm okay. I'm just by myself and stuff like that. And they were like, oh, okay, like, take care or whatever, or it's going to be okay, something like that. And Megan and Bridget from Schizophrenics, I actually saw coming down the hall, and they asked if I was okay too, and they said, you know, let us know if you need anything and stuff like that, and gave me, like, a little hug. So that was nice too. It was very inconvenient timing because I looked upset towards them, and I hate looking upset in front of friends, especially friends who don't know me as well as my close friends do. So I was, like, awkward, but that was nice. And I talked to Lee on the phone until I could calm myself down, and I finished my shoots for the day. I'm very proud of myself for doing that. I went back up to the hotel room, and it was just kind of like a meltdown day. I was just feeling very lonely and anxious and stressed, because this was the first time I'd ever done something like this, go to a con and just work back-to-back. So it was a little much. And then Saturday came, and Saturday was, like, way more shoots, and it was very tiring and very stressful, and I did want to cancel a lot of shoots, but I didn't because I knew I would regret it later. So I put on a smile, and, you know, I brought myself out there. And this isn't to say that I don't enjoy what I do, because I do. I love, you know, meeting clients. I love making possible new friends. I love taking pictures for money and stuff like that. But it was back to back to back, and I didn't give myself any breaks, and I don't think I could do that again in the future because of how stressful it was. I thought I could handle it, but I kind of can't. And Saturday was just long, and then I mean, thank goodness I got to hang out with some friends there then and there. That was good. But, like, you know, because, like, everybody has their, like, squad that they typically go to cons with. So none of, like, a squad was there. But some other friends were there, so that was good. At least they just had their own stuff to do. That's why I couldn't, like, even if I could mingle with them, I still had, you know, work. So. And then Sunday, you know, was the last day of the con. So it was kind of like I just had to get through this one day. And I did. And I made a lot of, you know, like, good friends-ish, you know, with clients. And they were all, like, super nice people. And the ride home was tiring as hell because there was a delay, and I got home at finally like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, and I was like really tired. But I don't think I'm missing anything. I just wanted to basically share the stress of this weekend to you. And will I go to Anime Boston next year? I'm not sure. The only way that I would go next year is if me and Lee are going together, because I'm never going alone again. And if it is actually an experience worth it. Because I didn't go inside the con center. Obviously, I don't have a ticket, so I don't know, you know, what it was like in there. It's possible I'll go next year, but now that we're getting older and stuff, we need to save money for stuff. So that was my Anime Boston 2017 experience. But technically, you could just call it a Boston experience because I wasn't actually in Anime Boston. And thanks guys for watching. If you've ever had any awkward con experiences or anything like that, you know, comment it below. Really appreciate it, and peace.